Alright, just working on my 2005 Chevy 1500. I got these new style mirrors off Amazon. I'm hooking these lights up so that they become daytime running lights, or running lights, as well as turn signals. When you get them out of the box, these lights out here will just be turn signals and they won't be on while you're driving. So what I did here was I ran this red wire up and through the mirror. You pull this, you pull out your mirrors, your tow mirrors, and this panel up here comes off. It comes underneath this panel a little bit, pops right off, and you run the wire down through the door. I got mine, so it goes through the original lumen there, goes up under the dash into the engine compartment. I tapped into, or I made a relay. The relay for when they come on taps into one of the running light relays. Same thing on this side. Did the same thing. So once you get your wires run, your auxiliary power wires run, what you have to do is you're gonna have to get a resistor right there. I still have to solder the resistors on. That one, I believe, is a 220 ohm half watt resistor. So then I'll get started to that wire right there. You cut there's the plug back there. You cut the wire that goes to the plug, and you have to solder in 2 diodes. Now diodes make, there we go. Alright, so the gray bars go towards what you want to have current. In this case, the lights. So you put 2 diodes on there, soldered them in, and 1 diode will go to the original power cable, and that will get you your turn signal, so they'll blink. The other wire will get soldered to the resistor, which goes to your auxiliary wire right there. And you put it all back together, and you get some running lights. So the first time I did this, I actually didn't put a resistor in, and these 4 lights are set up on one circuit, and these 4 lights are set up on another circuit. But since I didn't put any resistors in, or diodes, these lights, these 4 right here, started a hyper flash, so it looked like I was turning all the time. So it's worth it. I mean, resistors are $1.50 at Radio Shack. It's worth it to do it right and get it done. Learn from my mistake. To take off, disassemble the mirror, what you have to do is you can pop, when the mirror's on this one, it'll go all the way up, and you just have to give it a little bit of pressure to release all of the pins that hold it in, plastic clips that hold it in. Bottom one, tilt it down and give it pressure, pull down on it. You might feel like you're gonna break it. If you're gonna do them on the truck, I would recommend that you put something below, because it really sucks when you pull this side off. And I was pulling on this one, it wasn't gonna come. I gave it a big tug, fell, dropped all the way to the ground. I have since then bought a new glass. I just bought it from a local Chevy dealership. It's $60 worth in the glass. So I'm gonna get this all wired up, and then it'll be all good. So another thing that I wanted to play around with was, you know, the different amounts of resistance that you give to the lights. I believe it was Four Wheel Drive Mafia made this same video for Cat Eye Chevy, and he was using a I think a 470 ohm resistance. So on that side I got a 220. On this side I have I believe a 68. Now the running light will be brighter with the 68, but I mean, you can barely tell that it's flashing. You can tell, but it's not as noticeable as the blink on this one. On this side, played around with a couple different resistance. I'm gonna throw in 470. Other side's 220. Right now it's 68. So take out that 68. Throw this 470. The light is a little more dull as a running light, but you could definitely notice the blink. I personally like this 220 right in the middle. I suppose the 470, if you have you know, some lights blacked out or darkened, maybe that'd be a good choice as a running light. But I personally think that the 220 works the best. So I'm going to reassemble all this, and that'll be all set.